In today's business and financial news, let's discuss favoritism in corporate America. If and when you leave corporate America to start your own business, at times when your business is struggling, you may look back on your time in corporate America with rose-colored glasses. Perhaps this video will help remind you of how the experience really was. And let's do this in 10 minutes because we have small businesses to run. Many consider a meritocracy as the utmost ideal when it comes to corporate America, or perhaps any employer or company for that matter. In a meritocracy, employees are selected and promoted based on their ability. One company that often highlighted its culture of meritocracy was GE, General Electric. Do you all remember the glory days of GE before they sold all the businesses? Maybe all of the businesses were part of Jack Welch's infamous 10%.
How Jack Welch transformed General Electric, GE, as CEO. Jack Welch transformed GE by implementing a rigorous management style focused on efficiency, innovation, and accountability. As CEO from 1981 to 2001, he streamlined operations, divested underperforming assets, and expanded into high-growth sectors like finance and media. Welch fostered a culture of competition and meritocracy, emphasizing employee development and leadership succession. His initiatives, like Six Sigma, drove productivity and quality improvement. Under Welch's leadership, GE's market value soared, making it one of the world's most valuable companies. Despite criticism for his aggressive tactics, Welch's legacy remains synonymous with corporate transformation and shareholder value creation, shaping management practices for decades to come.
Eric Ries, the author of The Lean Startup, has stated, "Meritocracy is a good thing. Whenever possible, people should be judged based on their work and results, not superficial qualities." End quote. Well, humans do judge on superficial qualities. For example, weight and height. So in 2004, there was a study by the Journal of Applied Psychology, and this study was about height. And the study had the following findings. When it comes to height, every inch counts. In fact, in the workplace, each inch above average may be worth $789 more per year. The findings suggest that someone who is 6 feet tall earns, on average, nearly $166,000 more during a 30-year career than someone who is 5 feet 5 inches, even when controlling for gender, age, and weight. I know that some of you all cringe when I referenced a study from 2004. So here's a more recent one to remind you, again, that humans are superficial. Just last year, 2023, The Economist released an article entitled, "Can Being Thinner Make Women Richer?" The first line reads, quote, "For an obese woman, losing weight could boost her salary by as much as earning a master's degree," end quote. So pretty much getting a master's degree could cost you $100,000, but losing weight, that's free and priceless. Anyways, back to meritocracies. Most of us can agree that a meritocracy is the type of work environment that many business owners and employees would esteem and enjoy working. Of course it is, especially if you weren't born rich, wealthy, with that silver spoon. Because if you were born into a wealthy family of generational wealth, you may have grown up as a nepo baby and therefore prefer the system of nepotism. Nepotism is a practice among those with power and influence of favoring relatives, especially by giving them jobs. People who have not benefited from nepotism often complain about it, but in all honesty, most can understand the innate sentiment of placing preference for one's own family members above those who are not family. The final form of corporate favoritism that we'll acknowledge is cronyism. Cronyism is similar to nepotism, but this is the friends part of that friends and family plan. Okay, but here's your technical AI definition. Cronyism is favoring friends, associates, or allies in position of power, such as hiring, promotions, or contracts. Cronyism can also involve giving preferential treatment to people who aren't necessarily qualified or deserving. Both nepotism and cronyism can have similar negative consequences, such as overlooking more deserving employees and harming company culture. They can be common in political parties, but also in corporate America. And because we have mentioned political parties, and given our current election season, let's reference this quote by Charles Koch. For those who may not know who he is, Charles Koch is an American business billionaire, the chairman of Koch Industries, America's second largest private company by revenue since 1967. So Charles Koch, back in 2015, told the Washington Post the following, quote, "I like a lot of the Republican rhetoric better than the Democrats. But when they're in office, it's pretty much the same thing. It's serving their supporters, it's corporate welfare, it's cronyism, which is so destructive, particularly to the disadvantaged." End quote.
Capitalism is hands down the best system of its kind. What young people are seeing today, it's not capitalism. We have rugged individualism on the way up, and then we have we're all in this together on the way down, and we have socialism. Capitalism on the way up, where 5 CEOs of airline companies make $150 million, use all their excess cash flow to buy back stock so they can artificially inflate their own compensation, and then shit gets real and a pandemic comes and they don't have any money, and all of a sudden we're in this together. When you have capitalism on the way up and you have socialism on the way down, I'm not done yet, and then you have socialism on the way down, that's not capitalism or socialism. It is cronyism. It is the worst of all worlds. Capitalism is full body contact violence at a corporate level so we can create prosperity and progress that rests on a bed of empathy. We have flipped the script here. We need to be more loving and empathetic with people and more harsh on companies. Capitalism, we should be protecting people, not companies.
Well, just like that, your 10 minutes is up. Time to get back to your small business. It needs your full attention. Thanks for watching. See you soon.